What's good, y'all? We're back. Blocc Talk with Chris and Smoke. This is going to be our post-Valentine's edition. Today we brought our friends Arianna and Andrea just to come chill with us, go over some Valentine's Day related questions or whatnot. But how you guys doing?
Very good on this Saturday morning.
Lazy?
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah, no, for sure. So this is you guys' first time doing something like this, right?
Yes.
You guys are going to shine, though. You guys are going to be good.
I hope so.
But I guess let's get right to the questions. As usual, we have people send us questions in and, stuff that people tell us that they may want us to talk about and whatnot. So that since it's post-Valentine's, did you guys do anything for Valentine's Day? Did you give or receive any gifts?
I didn't really do anything for Valentine's Day. I got flowers, but that's about it. I just worked.
Yeah, I got flowers from work from my dad. I ended up going out with someone. Wasn't really a Valentine's Day thing though.
For
it
sure.
was nice. Good times.
What about you, Crystal?
I got two things. And I sent some stuff out to people that didn't expect to get it, I would think.
For sure.
But nothing like love status.
Yeah, it's more of a thought.
Yeah, my mom got some shit and she was like, who gave this to me?
Oh,
and I'm like, dude, you know who you're messing around with. So, I don't know who's going to leave you off some shit.
Right.
So I go, it's not the 45-year-old, right? He's broke. He comes to you for money.
Wow.
So I go, it has to be the other one, But other than that, no, I'm just chill. What about you? Give anything to anybody special?
Yeah, I did. Personally, I brought them up a few times on here. So, and her birthday was a week before, so she got kind of double whammy with the flowers and whatnot. But that's cool. She reached out. We chopped it up a little bit. But yeah, I didn't really do anything or go anywhere. But
so it's safe to say none of us got no Valentine's Day sex? Everybody's pretty dry this year, huh?
Unfortunately.
yeah.
Good shit.
Nah.
It is what it is.
I do work on some music, so I guess that's my other love. So I work on some music, so
For sure, definitely more.
It was productive for sure.
Yeah.
Productive and not reproductive. So.
All right. Well, you want me to go? All right. So somebody asked if there's been any relationships that made you feel that you couldn't invest in anyone else. So, did you guys have any relationships in your past that kind of hit hard that you couldn't be with anyone? Like you don't trust guys or girls, whatever your preference is.
Okay. I don't know. I want to say no. I haven't experienced that yet, only because I feel like I'm so young, and I haven't had a serious relationship where I would say it affected me and how I perceive love now. That's just me.
What about you?
I've only been in one, so I don't really I feel like I don't know anything about them, It didn't turn me off from them, but I'm I don't know. I feel like because I'm young too, I just want to go out and explore right now. That one was enough to just be nah, I'm good.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, for sure. But as you guys get older, you guys are gonna, deal with different people, and eventually, there is gonna be that one that's really gonna try to fuck you up. So just for your future reference, just know that.
Catch it early.
Definitely if you see red flags, run. But, don't judge one person's decisions and ignorance on everyone else.
Yeah. Sure.
Give everybody a chance. Not everybody's an asshole. Not everybody will.
Give them a chance till they don't deserve one.
Yeah, pretty much. What about you?
Yeah, you've already heard my story throughout this podcast. Yeah, definitely.
For sure.
I was, like again, I had my guard up for like 10 years, just really not messing with anybody. Girls would come around or whatever, but I couldn't really fully like give myself or open myself up to them. So yeah, it's a little, trauma, I guess, for lack of a better term, but.
It's a learning experience,
No, definitely is, for sure.
All right, brother, what do you got next?
All right. Someone asked, how do you detach yourself from a person in a relationship? That could be actual like relationship or a friend, someone anything. That maybe you don't need to, the vibe and stuff. What would you guys do, or what have you guys done as far as detaching yourselves?
Yeah, because, there's some women that decide to just date someone else quickly, and then there's people that actually take the time to receive the feelings,
yeah,
and deal with it. I don't want to say it's the correct way because everybody's different, but like for myself, I usually take a little bit of time off, kind of vent to myself in my head, like, is this all right? Yes, no, like I really learned how to detach recently,
yeah.
My therapist was like, do a cluster for me. Where do people stand? None of your family, just relationships, friends, and acquaintances. So when I want to go write down someone's name, I guess it was kind of like thought of, I guess, by him. Like, she's going to think of this person and put this person down and realize, hey, they don't belong in any of them. Mm-hmm. And so, yeah, go ahead.
What's that? Detaching myself? I don't know. I just kind of tend to just put my guard back up. That's just like an automatic defense, like when I feel like.
But how? Not everybody just you could say just put your guard up. How do you put your guard up? Because for myself, I can't just say, oh, that's it.
It's it just depends on the situation. Like if someone is like yeah, I can't fuck with you no more. Like if it's coming from me, I'm like, nah. I kind of just pull back and keep it pushing and shit. But as far as if it's kind of a mutual thing or kind of like something we're uncertain of, then I do put my guard up, but it doesn't mean that I stop thinking about the situation. But I kind of put my guard up towards like, what comes my way. What whether like I say if it's a female, hey, let's go out, let's hang out. I'm kind of like, nah, I'm good, But with friends, same thing with friends. You just gotta, if it's a bad situation, you just gotta dip, And it sucks because some of these people, I've had people that I grew up with that I had to cut off because it's just bullshit and even some of them that I, still around, from time to time, still bring on the bullshit, and I should probably detach myself from those type of situations to, so that I don't put myself in harm's way and whatnot. But, sometimes it is hard, but you just got to really kind of put yourself first and, like, really think, like, okay, how is this going to benefit me as far as staying in this situation, whether it's a friendship, relationship, or whatever. But other than that, yeah, but automatically I put my guard up. I don't know. I think I just have shit's happened to me so many times that I just kind of like almost it's just an automatic defense.
What about you? You think that you've been with anybody that like friendship wise, situationship wise, acquaintanceship wise, anything, whatever you want to call it these days, that you ever felt like, damn, man, I just can't cut it off.
I don't know. I think it's just probably the best way obviously would be stop talking to them, but I feel like nowadays people tend to grow so attached to each other, so it's like harder to stop talking to them.
Yeah.
But then in the end it's
but that attachment is really just like a
loneliness.
It's not a loneliness. That's like something from like childhood, like something went irate when you were little, where you feel like, oh, I need this person, when technically, abandonment and shit like that is really just it's not a reality, like you can't think about this. You can abandon, as an adult, you guys are adults, can you be abandoned by a man, anybody?
No.
If somebody left you, say, okay, you had a house, right, with your man, your girlfriend, or whatever the case is, right?
Because I kind of get what you're saying, like, so if they were just to leave you.
Yeah, say they just left.
Leave you and, like, left you with everything, you have to pay this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's, like, abandoning. You're, like, leaving them with every, like, all the, more than
that's
just
what
yourself.
We think, right?
Yeah.
That's what we think, right? That's what the brain tells us, that's what abandonment is. Okay? Now, think about it like this. Say there's a dog, right? You have cats, okay? Well, cats are very they're self-reliant. We'll say a dog. You leave a dog in the street, right? What would that dog do? It has nobody to feed him, has nobody to wash him, has nobody to do anything for him. Dogs are very reliant on us, right? So that's, to me, is considered an abandonment. As an adult, we're self-sufficient, right? We can walk away whenever we want. We could pretty much rely on ourselves. So it's an illusion that we create in our head that somebody actually abandons us, if that makes any sense. Does it?
Yeah. It's like a child, you know.
Does that make sense? Right?
It's like a child. If you leave a child by himself, like a 2-year-old, and they wouldn't be able to do anything for themselves, you know. But as adults, we can feed ourselves. We can make money however we got to make money. We can go to the store, go wherever, shop for clothes, buy clothes, put our clothes on, you know.
But as friendships and stuff like that, for me, sometimes it was hard to kind of let things go, but I didn't realize, hey, you know, it's not this type of situation. It's just a person, and you can tell them to kick rocks at any point because they don't do shit for you, literally. And especially if they're not, I mean, what are they offering you besides sex or whatever the case is? I don't know. Anywho, let's go to the next. Yeah. It says, what does love look and mean like to you?
Let me start. I don't know. I think it's a lot of understanding. Definitely a lot of understanding. It's vibing off of each other. Kind of, I mean, you got to grow together. So you're not going to off top know like, oh, this person does this, I know this, and vice versa. But I think it's just really just a big understanding and, you know, feelings and, you know, compassion, stuff like that. Just like, oh damn, she looks good. You know, I'm in love with her. I love her. I don't know. At least as far as I go. I don't know.
What about you?
To be like in love with someone, I think it's more like they'll do things that they'll do things for you that they wouldn't do for like typically anybody else, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And like, I don't know, I think like the humor and all that stuff, like that takes that, like that's the reason why. Oh, stop, hold on, I don't know what I'm like trying to what am I trying to say?
You're just like,
I just want what? Someone that I'm gonna vibe with, that I consider like
someone you like to be around. Like, I mean, you're not ever like, of course everybody needs their space, but
yeah, I can't speak for you, but
so like, do you think you can be in love with someone that's like your best friend? Like, you consider
definitely.
Yeah.
So you 100%. Consider like, can you consider like your like past girlfriends like, oh, your best friend? And like,
heck yes, there was, yeah, for sure. Most of my exes were my best friends. My ex-husband was my best friend at one point, you know, until I really got to know him and live with them. That's why I always say, you know, it's better to live with somebody first before you decide to get married or whatever the case is, because it's totally different. So yeah, you know, for sure. I think I always say it, you know, I never date anybody that I meet outside of, you know, my circle or whatever the case is. It always has to be somebody that I knew already, my friend, you know, shit like that. What about you? What does it mean to you?
What?
Love.
I don't know.
You're like, I'm still young, I'm trying to figure it out.
I know. That's how I'm feeling. Like, I don't know. I feel like to be in love with someone, to like be with someone, it has to be like someone you want to like
grow with.
Yeah, like grow with. Like, you have to like understand that you guys are gonna like become different people, but like together, and like to want to be together during that time.
Yeah,
I guess would be what
that makes a lot of sense. Yeah, definitely.
I think.
Sounds like codependency on me. No, but honestly, like for me, love is like perseverance. It's that person that you're gonna give up everything for. You know, it's unselfish.
You go out of your way for them.
Yeah, and it's thoughtful because, you know,
yeah,
you
definitely
gotta,
unselfish for sure.
Yeah, and it's thoughtful because, yeah, you really gotta, you know, someone had asked me the other day, like, about that social media thing. Remember how you were saying that your ex-baby, I don't know if it was your baby mamas or whomever, you know, but they always wanted to see your, like, social media and stuff like that. And I go, well, I don't know. Personally, for myself, if I really love the person, I don't think I would let social media ruin my relationship. If you want to see my phone, go for it.
Yeah.
You know? If you love that person. No, I shouldn't say if you love that person, because some people have boundaries when it comes to that kind of stuff, which is fine. But as for me, if I love somebody, I'm like, no, I'm not going to ruin a relationship just for an app, I guess you would say.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if that's going to help you not, like, trip more in your head, it's perfectly fine.
And I've always been, like, open to, like, you can see, you know, I'm not going to give you control of it, but you can see what I have, you know, like, you know, let me see your phone, here you go, you know, I got nothing to hide, you know, but
I mean, I wouldn't, how do you say it, lose everything that I love just for some
let that determine,
bullshit, you know?
No, for sure.
But, anywho.
I don't know, but I feel like when you really do love the person, or like you feel like secure, you wouldn't have to look through the phone. Like, they would show to you that there's nothing, like, you get me?
But there's people that are insecure though.
That's why.
So
really,
how do you make somebody that's insecure feel secure? Is everything's it has to be. See, being my age already, I think the people that I've dated, they've always been a little bit insecure, so I'm always there kind of reassuring them, look, it's not like that. Like, literally, if I wanted to leave you, I would leave. I don't. You know, like, there's no reason, like, for myself to be like, oh, here, you can't see what's on my phone. Or, because I have a lot of friends, you know, I have a lot of lesbian friends. Studs, whatever you want to call them. And, everybody likes to fucking play games. You know? She's like, oh, I'm arguing with my girlfriend right now, or whatever, and they've been together for, like, 6 years. And she's like, she's IGing me, you know, DMing me, I guess you would say. And I'm like, dude, why are you doing this to her? Like, she's like, yeah, she thinks that I'm texting someone else or whatever the case is. And I'm like, well, why are you guys doing this to each other? You know, like, it makes no sense to me when people do that shit. You know you love her. It's fucking Friday, girl. Like, why don't you just fucking get the fuck up and tell her, let's go out and let's go see a movie or something instead of fucking playing games.
Yeah.
You know? But that's what I'm trying to say. In that kind of, like, sense, I guess you would say.
For sure. Guess we can go to this one. How do you feel about people spinning the block?
Do you guys know what spinning the block is?
Can you define that, please?
Spinning the block is when somebody that you dated before pretty much comes back. But you guys were, like, kind of, like, off for a while, and then they come back.
Are you, like, opposed to it, or it just depends on the situation?
I feel like it kind of depends on the situation, but I also think it's dumb because, like, they're always gonna go back because they know that they have you, like, at their hip. But honestly, it's never gonna mean anything. It's just gonna be for fun. That's what I think. But
What about you?
I personally wouldn't. I don't know. I feel like it's all, like, a part of your life, and, like, the past is the past, you know? Like,
But what if it was somebody that you really liked and you met him at the wrong time?
I don't believe in that.
yeah.
Wow.
I personally don't. I think it's like that was, like, if it was good, if it was a good experience and it was fun, like, that's awesome, and I'll always cherish that. But that was it. Like, it's time to move on and meet new people and do new things.
Oh, shout out to the new generation, huh? Not giving a fuck.
For real.
All right, cool. All right, let me see what we got next. All right. What do you guys listen to when you guys are hurt or heartbroken?
Frank Ocean, maybe. Depends on the day, but yeah, he puts me in a sadder mood.
So you like feeling sad?
Yes.
What about you?
I relate. I think I listen to sad music when I'm sad, but I don't know.
Who specifically? Yeah.
That's embarrassing.
No, it's
I
not.
don't, like, think of someone on the spot.
Dude, I listen to fucking Halsey.
That's good.
I never listened. That's the girl, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I've never listened to her.
My mom loves her.
Yeah.
She like writes like breakup songs.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't listen to it like 24/7, you know, like fuck, you know. I'm just like, okay, not like I'll listen to it for a little bit, and I'm like, yeah, fuck her, you know. Then I move on, you know. But nah, I mean, there's not a right or wrong answer, you know. It's just your preference or whatever on things like that. And speaking about, let's switch this up. Terrified. Let's talk about that.
Yeah. What you want to know about it?
Why haven't you released it?
I don't know. I kind of wrote it like kind of between July and October. Kind of was sitting on the instrumental and whatnot, and then had the chorus on there already. I don't know. I just wasn't sure about it. And then some stuff happened, and I was kind of like, yeah, I'm not gonna release this. But then I had a couple people besides you telling me that I should release it. So I was like, all right. Started thinking about it. I'm like, you know what? Maybe I will, but I didn't reach and the title obviously probably seems off, like, what the hell, Terrified. It's not like some crazy shit. It's more about
It's love.
It's love, but being scared of, you know, allowing someone to come in, or being worried, like, okay, I really care about this person, I really like this person, I'm really feeling this person, but damn, you know, what if it goes, do they feel the same, or what if it all goes wrong, or, you know, just kind of those thoughts that kind of in the back of your head.
But much props to you, because it takes a lot for a man to actually express how they feel. And, well, for anybody to express how they feel these days, I guess. Yeah. But
there's definitely some vulnerable shit. I was like, you know, I mean, on here, I think I've shown a little vulnerability, kind of talking about, like, my past relationships and my issues and things that have happened or whatever. And, you know, 'cause sometimes I don't really, you know, express all that, or at least not to everybody like that, you know. But, yeah, definitely. I think that was the other thing too, is because it kind of shows some vulnerability, and not that I have a certain image, because I think my music's a little bit of everything, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But
rest assured, I think we all feel that same way, you know, when we express our emotions to somebody, if they're gonna feel the same way, and if they don't, and how you're gonna deal with that, and are you gonna go back into your ways, or, you know, like.
Yeah. But yeah, not for sure. I was like. But I think you were the final straw. You're like, yeah, you should release that stuff. But again, I didn't reach the.
I know that day I was feeling fucking sad as shit. I was like, damn, I believe in love again. Fuck that, you know.
I couldn't make it to the Valentine's Day for a Valentine's Day release, so I figured, you know what, we'll make this special, because it's, you know, about a special someone, and, you know, don't know who they are. You know, when I.
It's me, guys. I'm just fucking around.
But nah, don't know who it's about when they hear what I'm talking about. But I was like, all right, so we still got to make it special. So since it's a leap year, we have an extra day this month, the 29th. So I'm like, all right, I'm going to release it on the 29th this way. You know, but yeah, it was not, I want to say it's something different, but it is kind of something different, because I don't really do, I mean, I'll talk about, like, maybe past relationship issues, but not like a full-on song about somebody, like how I feel about them, and, you know. So, yeah, it was definitely a different side of me, I think.
No, yeah, it definitely was. I don't know. I like it.
All right. So, was there ever a person that you dated that your family didn't agree with you dating?
I don't really tend to bring, like, men around my family until, like, I know, like, it's serious. But usually I tell them about them prior, and they kind of have an idea of them. So when they meet them, they're not, like, so, like, surprised. But no, I haven't really, like, had a specific person that my parents have been like, yeah, no, don't bring them back here.
What about you?
Yeah, I don't live with my parents, so it's like my grandma, like, sometimes I'll mess around with her because she's cool. She's, like, younger. Like, if I'm being honest, like, she thinks I have a roster. Like, I'm like, oh, yeah, I'm going out with so-and-so.
You probably
do. Like, but as a joke, but, like, so she's, like, she doesn't trip about it, but, like, any relationship I've been in, it's, like, it's never brought up. I don't talk about anything. It's just, like, she knows their names, and she knows I'll be home by midnight.
Damn, like that, huh? You said you didn't have a roster. You said names.
I don't have one.
Kind of contradicts that, huh?
I don't. No, wait, not names. I take it back.
All right. Well, for myself, nobody has a say in who I date, and I don't care what anybody thinks. If I want to be with whoever I want to be with, I'm going to be with them. Mm-hmm. You know? It just can't be too crazy, because I do have a lot of sisters, so they have to get along. That's the only thing. They don't have to approve of them, but at least be okay when you're around my sisters, and that's about it, you know? But as of that, I don't give a shit.
What,
Bro?
me? I mean, I can say at some point, my family got along with all my kids' moms, you know, and they're still, you know, for the most part, I mean, everybody's cordial, you know.
All 20 of them?
All 20 of them? Shit. Nah, they're all cordial and stuff like that. But as far as, like, besides my children's mothers, I don't really tend to really talk about anybody until, you know, whatever.
Till it's actually
like something's official. But, you know, there's, you know, like my most recent situation or whatever. Yeah, people are aware, like my family, you know, are aware of her and stuff. So, you know, but.
So do you introduce your family to any of the people that you're dating, or how does that work?
Not off top. No, I don't. Like, you know, it'll take a little bit before it gets there. But, like, it's that sometimes it's circumstances, you know, work schedules, and everybody, you know, my family, everybody's always doing some, you know, so, you know, that's another, you know, and then me, you know, sometimes I'm busy on weekends or whatever, so I can't have that person come around to be like, oh, hey mom, or hey sis, this is so and so, you know, blah blah blah. But at some point, you know, if it's something that I'm really like that I really want to happen, then yeah, for sure I'm gonna introduce.
All right, let me be more specific. Has your special person met your family?
Nah, my mom knows about it for sure. Shit, my mom hooked up a plate for. Well, we had like early Thanksgiving last year or this past year. So my mom's like, you know, she had to work, so my mom was like, you know, let me get her a plate, you know. So.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, stuff like that, you know. So they're aware of her, but I just
For sure. What would you say the baseline in your relationships would be, guys? So a baseline is pretty much the bare minimum that somebody has to give to you in a friendship, relationship, or anything you would think that you have. Like, so what's the minimal that, say, when you're dating somebody that they have to give you?
Everything. I don't know.
What's everything to you?
Like nowadays, and like I think now I'm like I need everything. Like show me that. Like.
What if it's just like a situationship though? I'm not gonna be giving everything to my situationship.
Then I don't know him. I don't know that. I don't know.
You have to.
Situationships are like out of the picture.
So you do have a situationship.
No. But like, I don't know how to explain. I wouldn't take them like so serious.
Yeah, like if we're talking about standards or bare minimum for like relationships, it would be a lot more
compared to like
for
it's very lenient
situationship.
How do you guys know what the potential is for a situationship versus a relationship is? So.
Well, what's the situationship really?
A situationship to me, I don't know about you guys, but for myself is I technically don't have any situationships. So I would say that it would be just like a fuck, right? Is that what that's considered, right? Is that that's if I'm correct? I don't know.
I think it's a little more than that, because if it's just somebody you gonna fuck, then it's like, okay, all right, we kicked it. All right, you can go, or I'm gonna dip. But you can go. but if it's like someone like where you guys, I mean, I've spoken about my situationship before. You know, we'd hang out, you know, eat.
So you can be friends with the situationship.
Yeah, you know, I mean, it was what it was. I mean, like when I was talking to her years back, it was more like wasn't intentionally trying to be a situationship. That was like seeing what the potential is for a possible relationship. But then that shit, you know, went all bad. And
so is it like this talking stage?
It's like the talking stage, but I think it's a little bit more than a talking stage.
But I thought it was just the fuck.
I don't know.
What is it?
I think it's different.
I think people look at it. There was a meme. I don't know if I posted it or
okay,
not.
because now I'm fucking confused. I need to get.
There's a meme that says a situationship. Let's have sex. Let's care about each other and whatever. But act like I don't know. It was just like basically it's almost like a relationship, but you guys aren't. You guys aren't. You know, for whatever reason, it's not. Like I said, my situationship that I was talking about was that because I was. Again, heavily guarding my feelings. I wasn't trying to let anybody in. Maybe there was potential for that to become something, but this person in the past acted a certain way. Even at some point, what's it called? in this situation or that situation. This was a few years ago. I remember we went to that escape room or whatever. And then we went to that. Mm-hmm. So she was like texting me the whole night. Like,
you're probably fucking them two bitches and all this stuff. I was like, oh,
so
damn.
you fucking both them bitches tonight? I was like, damn.
I remember that actually.
Yeah. So that's where I was like, yeah, that's definitely like, this is the shit we dealt with years back. Because again, you fucking these bitches at your shows and this, so. Yeah, nah. So
you're like, damn, I wish I had it like that.
For real. But then so it was just kind of like, nah, I can't allow myself because. So again, I kept that guard up. I mean, I still cared about this person, whatever. But it wasn't like I want us to be together. It was kind of like this is what's going on right now, and But
all right, well, we kind of figured out what a situationship is, right? It's kind of like maybe a.
It's more than just fucking, but it's definitely like there's some feelings involved, but at the same time, for whatever reason, those feelings aren't.
So that means you're willing. I'm speaking for myself. I would never deal with it because that means that you can't give me what I need as a person.
Yeah.
So maybe that's why I never had one. It's a hard pass for me. I mean, why would I want bare minimal? I deserve the most.
Right? And again, if that's what you're looking for, then you probably wouldn't even be in a situation to like, this is a situationship because you're, like I say, you're working towards trying to, you know what you want, what you're looking for. But if it's something, sometimes you just meet somebody and it's kind of like, or just know somebody and, like I said, it becomes more than just friends or whatever, but it's not quite a relationship because neither person's really trying to commit. It's, I don't know, it's like a really big gray area, I think, because I
see things in black and white. That's it. So either you're with me or you're not.
Yeah, because you can look at it like, okay, then that's just almost like a friend with benefits, which I guess it is.
Yeah, that's what it is.
But a friend with benefits. But I think again, there's still
they just switched the name. Yeah.
It's along those lines, but it's again someone that you, I think, still spend time with, hang out
with.
But
how would see? Okay, so what happens if you do like them?
Yeah.
So if you're giving somebody some sex and that's pretty much the goal for, I don't want to say guys, that's so horrible to say, but yeah, in my perspective, okay, this is my perspective, guys. So why would you as a man give me more when you're getting what you want?
Well, then it'd be because I get what you're saying, because then it's like you're giving more because you do care about this person. So but then I don't know.
That's why the situation gets, I think, to me, gets prolonged. 'Cause my friends, they'll hit me up and they'll be like, hey, they're going through their shit or whatever, and I was like, why are you asking me if he'll ever commit to you? I'm telling you as a person, if I'm fucking you and I don't have to apply any money, any efforts.
Yeah.
I'm gonna just keep it like that.
I mean, and that's probably maybe how he's probably looking at it. But again, if you do care about this person in any type of level,
I don't know about you, but none of my friends, and I have a good amount of friends, their situationships never been their husbands. Ever. They're like, damn, I can't believe I spent all this time with this one person, and they're all fucking sad and shit afterwards. And I'm like, well, it is what it is, There's nothing you can do about it. And obviously nobody listens. Like, even if, like, for myself, if somebody tells you, oh, don't do this or don't do that, love is a motherfucker. So, you're going to continue to be with whoever you want to be with regardless.
Right. Yeah, but I think situationships are just like a big ass gray area. And that's where, it gets, because there's some people, like you said, just black and white, we're either working towards something or we're not. And I think for the most part, that's always been my mentality. But like I said, given that situationship, it was just, someone that I had known her for a while, and then, I mean, she knows who she is by now, I'm sure. But her sister is married to my big homie, and so there were people that are always around. And that was another thing too. Like, let's say I was to get in a relationship with her at that time, if shit went all bad, it's like, fuck, it's like, no, I don't know how my homie's wife's gonna act or how he's gonna act. I mean, I know how he's gonna act, but still, it's just kind of, it makes it hard because she might be like, what's up with your boy, or so just,
Well, I'm pretty sure, I think that even like with you hanging around with we'll say one of my exes or whatever the case is,
Yeah.
you know, I'm pretty sure that that's awkward.
Yeah.
Right?
For sure.
It could be, at least.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. Fuck it. It is what it is.
It is what it is.
When do you know a relationship is over?
I don't know. When you like get annoyed by them, like annoyed by them, like doing like the littlest
everything
things.
they do.
Yeah, like when they're eating or something, and like.
You know that's marriage, right? When you get married to somebody,
Yeah.
you get annoyed all the time. You're like, dude, just them breathing gets on your nerves.
Okay, so I don't know.
Nah.
For me,
I'm just fucking with
no,
you.
for me. But like it's like, getting annoyed by like the littlest things. Oh my gosh, no. And then like I don't know, making when it feels when it starts to feel like a chore, maybe.
For sure, yeah. But you know, relationships are always gonna be work.
Yeah.
Especially like I like to explain it like this: a relationship is like a seesaw, right? So it's always going up and down, right? But if somebody gets off, then it's over. So to me, when a relationship's over is when that person gets off of the seesaw and stops trying.
Yeah.
And I'm like, late, you know? There's no reason to, how do you say it, try to make things work. And you know, I was only married for so long because of the rules in the church. Okay, let's be 100% with that, because I would have left a long time ago. But you know, you have to have some kind of, I guess, outlook when it comes to that. But what about you? When do you think a relationship's over?
I agree with you. Like when that effort, when someone stops putting in that effort, it's like, okay, that's it. You know, like what's the point in like trying to make someone care again if it's like, okay, you don't care anymore.
Okay,
cool. You know.
Yeah, same thing. It's like once you said someone gets off that seesaw, it's over.
done.
You know, you're not willing to, you know.
Hey, I was riding on a seesaw for a long time by myself and I didn't even know it. I was like, damn, is this ever gonna go up again? But I guess not. You know, it is what it is. You know, that's how life is. But
yeah, but I think, like I said, relationships aren't ever easy. It's not ever gonna be in that honeymoon phase. You know, there's gonna be things that, you know, that you do or they do that irritates you or that bothers you or makes you feel some type of way. But like I said, as long as you guys are both willing to make it work and stay on that seesaw, and the ones wants to get off, and you guys are trying to put in some effort, like, okay, I think communication is key. Communication is really important.
oh yeah.
And talking, like, okay, I love you, you love me, but what are we doing? What's going on? And you know, and you try to make that work, and you try to make it work till either it does or you know it's not going to, and then that's when you get off that seesaw.
Okay.
Yeah. Do you guys think therapy or someone that's going to therapy is a red flag?
No. I think we need to talk about it with someone. Like,
guys, there's no wrong answer. Just because I go to therapy, it's okay.
no. I think it helps everyone.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me explain this whole situation, okay? So I had somebody in my DMs, and they said, you know, I think that's a red flag. And I go, a red flag? Me going to get myself and my shit together and figure out why I feel the way I feel, or whatever the case is not a red flag. That's me doing better for myself. Now, what's a red flag is that you think that you don't have anything that's wrong with you to have to fix.
Right.
He kind of was like, oh shit. But it's true, you know, like there's people that do want to do better. You know, why would you want to be, say, okay, my particular situation is, we'll say this bullshit that happened recently, and I'm not gonna go into it, but I don't want to take out my emotions or whatever the case is on the next person that I'm with. So I feel like every year for me is kind of like bettering myself for whoever I decide to, I don't want to say marry, because I don't know if I even want that, but be with in the future. You know, so anybody that thinks that therapy is not good, it definitely is, because we all have shit that we have to deal with, you know?
For sure.
It's more of I was talking to my sister about it. She's like, that's some Mexican machismo shit. You know, like people that don't want to
believe in it, or like,
you know.
Yeah, I think
it's because
I think a lot of cultures are older, like people from like all cultures are kind of like, no, just deal with shit. They want you to just deal with shit.
No, and even in the Bible, it says seek wise counsel.
Yeah, no,
you know,
for sure.
Always have that like mentality that, hey, you're not the smartest person in the world. You know, there's always gonna be somebody that's smarter than you. There's always gonna be somebody that's has more knowledge that you can learn from. You know, so to me, that was kind of like a cap on that one, because I was like, damn, you're a really ignorant person. You know.
Yeah.
But it is what it is.
It's not a red flag at all. I think, like you said, it's someone that's trying to better themselves and do for themselves so that they can be a better person. Ultimately, in the end, if this is somebody I'm trying to be with, that's going to be beneficial to me, because they're healing. They're going through their healing process. They're learning how to deal with things, and it's not going to be. I'm not going to have to put up with what they have, or put up with shit because of what they dealt with in their previous relationship. You know, so
for sure. Friendships bad, you know, we can go through a lot of things, you know, in life, and you guys are very, very young, so, you know, it is what it is. You know, I wish at 18 I knew that there was this type of, I guess back in the days it wasn't like it is now, just so you guys know. So I'm 37. I was so in the 90s, early 2000s, you know. If I would have known what I know now, I wouldn't have made all the mistakes. But, you know, mistakes are there for a reason, for us to live and learn, right? But, anywho, let's go on to the next. Do you feel like someone can change? Like, say if you had a bad relationship with somebody, that friendship, whatever the case is, do you think that they can change as an individual?
Yeah, I think so. I think, like...
She's like, sure, why not?
Well, it depends. Like, people, like, are so, like, immature when we're younger, but it's, like... I do think people, like, eventually grow up and, like, change as a person as a whole. Mm-hmm. But as for, like, their actions, I wouldn't... It's, like, with certain people, you can kind of tell they're always going to be like that. Or, like, that's always what...
Well, my dad was a big player.
Yeah.
Okay. So, my dad didn't settle down until his 50s. His 50s, okay? So, he got married, but he ended up going back to his first love. So, before my mom. Mm-hmm. Yeah. She was before my mom, and he ended up being with her. That's my stepmom now, and she's great. And my dad has changed. He goes to church now. He doesn't drink. He doesn't smoke. Well, he smokes here and there. But, I mean, he changed. But damn, imagine waiting fucking, 40 years for that shit?
Oh.
Hell no.
Yeah,
But I think people can change if they want to. Some people are just so...
Some people are stuck in their ways and just are just content with whatever they're dealing with. So they're like, yeah.
For sure. What do you think?
I think anybody can change. If they want to, yeah. Anybody can change. I wouldn't say you should go back to the person because they changed. I mean, but I also am a firm believer in not going back to people. So that's just me. Just because someone changes doesn't mean you should want to be with them still.
Yeah.
But kudos for people wanting to work on themselves, you know, for them. I don't think you should do it for other people.
Sure.
You know?
I can see that. What if they were manipulative to you and stuff like that, and a liar and a...
That's crazy. So it'd be like, that's it.
I don't know. It just depends, because sometimes people's past traumas come to, like, you know, like, if they don't want to deal with them, then they're screwed, you know, because they're never going to change. But I don't know.
Like, they can probably heal from things.
Mm-hmm.
It helps them change, but...
It's like the old saying, right? You can't make a hoe a housewife. That's not pertaining to anybody in particular. But I'm just saying, you know?
Yeah.
People, I mean, it just depends on. I think people can change. It's one thing like relationship-wise or what they are, but you can also change the type of person you are. It doesn't even have to be necessarily in a relationship, but just like, you know, you were this type of person. I think we always kind of stay our core, like maybe like I don't know if you want to say core values or whatever that we have like inside of us kind of stay, but you change because as you grow and you know like I said, I've always kind of, like the way you guys know me, I'm pretty much always been the same dude, but obviously there was a period in my life where I did like crazy shit and shit that I shouldn't have been doing because of, you know.
But what if the person repeats the self-destructive behavior over and over again and they're already in their 30s?
Yeah, that's a whole different situation. That's someone that doesn't, like, you know, not everybody can change. Change is okay. I mean, change is great, you know, if it's for something positive. But yeah, there are people that just don't want to adapt. They want to stick to their ways, and they don't, you know. So, you know, I know a few people like that. So it's just kind of like, you just gotta keep your distance, you know.
For sure.
Have you guys had anything crazy that ever happened in any of your relationships? It could be even just like a date, but maybe relationships, anything crazy that just kind of like had you like, whoa, what the fuck? No? You look at me like I know. I don't know.
Want me to give you an example?
It's because, like, I'm thinking of, like, your stories and I laugh.
Wow.
Sorry. You give me an example.
Okay. We'll start with, I think one time me and my first girlfriend went to, I used to be in charge of these things called tea parties. Do you guys know what a tea party is? Okay, so back in the days, we didn't have, clubs where, you know, gay, lesbians, and drag queens can go. It wasn't LGBTQ. I don't know what the rest is, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So we used to throw these parties, and they used to hit. They were really great parties, you know. And so back then we used to have tanks, and you guys know what that is, right? Okay. Tanks, everything, drinks, everything. It's pretty much. I don't know if I want to say. It was fun, pretty much. It's just like a freaking house party, but just with gay people. So I take my girlfriend for the first time, and she has no idea, I guess, how involved I am with that. But it's because I was very low. I think I've always been a low-key person on how I make my money, I guess, to some extent. Mm-hmm. And how do you say it? We go, and back then there was some drink. I went to go get something from the tank. Okay. So I bring it back, and the girl happened to be a lesbian as well. Okay. And if you know me, you know what my type is, right? Yeah. Okay. So it wasn't my type, for sure, you know. So I come back, and she's like, "Oh, you were talking to this bee, and da da da," and she threw back then it was called a hurricane, but Bacardi used to make these drinks called hurricanes. So they're like super blue. They're blue, you know?
Or was it hypnotic? Or was it, no, it was a hurricane. A hurricane, yeah.
It was one or the other. I don't know. It was fucking blue, though. Mm-hmm. And she straight up, and I think I was wearing, I don't know what else. I know I was wearing some type of white. Usually I wear black, but that day I was wearing some type of white, you know? And she threw a drink on me. I looked like fucking Papa Smurf by the time I went out. I was like, damn, some shit. But that was a bad date. That was my first date.
What about there was this other situation you had kind
of that was bad. So I had went out one time. So this is considered, I guess, a bad situation, right? I had went out, and I didn't go out. I was married already, so I didn't think I was married to my ex-husband at the time. I don't know if we were married or not. But anyways, I had left the house, and I was like, all right, I'm going to go with Jasmine, one of my friends. And Jasmine is known as, you know, you ever have that one girl that's always like, she's down for everything. You know, like, fuck them, let's do it, let's go, you know, like. So I think till this day, all my brother-in-laws dislike this girl. Mm-hmm. And she knows it, she don't give a fuck. And so I go with her. I go to her house, you know, and we're chilling there. We're smoking out. And I think we're drinking a little. I know I didn't drink a lot because I knew I had to drive. So I think I was gone for maybe 3 hours max. 3 hours, guys. Fucking go home. All my fish are dead. All my exotic fish are fucking dead. This fucker fucking put he boiled all my fish. He killed them.
Boiled your fish?
He killed all my fucking fish. And these are not regular fish. These are fucking exotic fish. So they cost a lot. Because he was like, see what happens the next time you go out.
Damn, wow.
That's horrible,
Did you
right?
bury them? What'd you do with them?
I don't remember what I did with them, but I knew I was like, damn, this shit's done, you know, like, so it had to be towards the end of my relationship for sure. So yeah, that's pretty bad, no?
You boiled your fish?
Mm-hmm.
I would have said that first. How did you forget about that?
I would never forget.
Oh God.
I didn't forget. I'm telling you guys. How could I forget that? That's horrible.
No.
Nothing crazy. Nothing.
Now you guys make me feel like I haven't like experienced life or something.
Nah.
Well, you guys are young, but you know, be fruitful on what you do in your life and who you allow in your life.
But like a crazy story
You know?
like that though.
That's some. What did you call that the last time? Some social narcissistic shit, you know? And that's my tendency. I end up dating fucking narcissists. I don't know why, but maybe because my mom's one. You know, they say it's you end up dating your parents.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why. But nothing bad, you guys? Nothing yet?
Not yet. No, I feel like
My first one was great. It just wasn't.
It just wasn't.
I was too young.
Yeah.
For
But
sure.
nothing happened in it.
yeah, nothing crazy like that.
Well, I mean, hopefully not. Hopefully not.
Well, you know, we're gonna knock on wood for you guys that you guys don't meet that one. That's crazy, you know?
I mean, I've had everything. Well, back as a kid or when I was a teenager, I was I think, like 17. She was like 19. She had a 2-year-old. Ed wasn't mine. But when I broke up with her because she cheated on me with her baby daddy. Okay, and I was just like, nah, I'm done with this shit. Like it was just all bad. And this girl fucking threatened to jump off a bridge with her and her baby because I broke up with her.
That's so horrible. I know you guys are laughing. Go on.
It's all right. It was a long time ago. But
What's your baby? Damn,
and
that's fucked
so I
up.
stuck it out for like another month or so for the
Wait,
baby.
did you go to the bridge?
For the baby, because I don't want anything to happen. Not that I want anything to happen to her, but I definitely didn't want anything to happen on that baby, you know. So I stuck it out. It was just like, damn, she was wild. I mean, I've had other stuff. I mean, I've had girls, you know, like hit. I'm not gonna specify who.
He's like this fight.
They would, you know, lay their hands on me. I've been sprayed in the face with the aerosol, knife to the chest.
Oh,
yeah,
shit.
yeah.
Sounds like girls are more crazier than the guys these days. Well, back then at least.
Yeah, so it was. Yeah.
I thought
That
my
was
boiled
some
fish.
crazy shit. Yeah,
R.I.P.
boiled fish is fucking crazy.
Boiled fish is wild. The aerosol and the eyes is wild.
Yeah.
Hey, when people think that
off
they
the
love
bridge?
you, man.
What?
Yeah.
You're 17?
I was 17, she was like 19. You know?
Expect us not to go to therapy. Shit, we need that shit. We went through it.
Oh my God.
I was like, damn.
Huh. That's crazy.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Now I feel so like,
It's okay, guys. I mean, I pray that you guys don't have to experience
For
something
real.
like that
yeah.
or on those levels. But you know, you guys, like I say, you guys are young, so you guys will eventually something will come up. Maybe not as extreme as our situations, but you know.
Mm-hmm. It's a I guess a part of life, sadly. Dealing with another personality.
Yeah.
But I mean, now I think I would say I know what I want, and then when you see a red flag, just don't ignore it. It's there for a reason, you know, like loud and clear. Sometimes when especially if somebody calls you out of your name or whatever the case is, that's like, all right, this person doesn't respect me, right?
Mm-hmm.
They're calling you a bitch or a hoe or whatever the case is, you know. It's different when you call yourself one, but when someone else calls you, it's a whole nother level of shit.
All right. So another question that we received was, what age were you guys when you guys first had sex? How was it? You guys don't have to answer it, but you guys can answer it.
I was 16. For sure scary. But I don't know. I guess it was okay.
It was mid, I guess.
But then you wouldn't know what mid was at that time.
Yeah.
So, you know.
I don't know. Scary though, for sure.
Yeah. What about you? Give you time to think.
I was 11.
Was it a fucking babysitter or what?
She was 14.
What?
She was 14, yeah.
What was she doing there?
We're chilling at the
Oh,
homie's house.
she was your friend.
Was it your idea?
No, it was her idea.
was hers.
She initiated, and I was just like, all right,
That's
let's
what's up.
do
That's
this.
the kind of girl I like, you know? Ones that know what they want.
She was 14.
She was 14. I was 11. Huh?
She was older and she took advantage of
She
you.
took advantage.
That's not funny, sorry.
Yeah, but given though what I was doing at that age already, I guess.
So she said you were mature for your age or what?
Yes.
Oh, man.
We're just chilling, no? Everybody's smoking and drinking a little bit. And she was like, hey.
Drinking?
Well, that's how it was back then.
You know, somebody always had an uncle or a cousin, somebody that would bring alcohol. But anyways, she was like, oh, let's go back here real quick. So we went to, I think it was the homie's room. And yeah.
It happened.
It happened.
What about you? You could pass if you like.
I would like.
You would like
Pass.
pass.
All right. My first time was actually with a girl, and so I think it was New Year's Eve. It was New Year's Eve. Like I said, my parents were never home. You've been to my house. It's a big house, so like we were just alone. Well, she's like, well, what are you gonna do? And I'm like, well, I don't know. I'm gonna go see what the homie's doing tonight or whatever. So we bought a bottle. She's like, well, nah, let's just chill at your house. I think we were watching, she's like, let's watch Shaun of the Dead or whatever the fucking case is. So, you know, this is a long time ago. You guys probably don't even know what that movie is. But I was like, all right, well, whatever. I didn't think anything of it. You know, whatever. You know, so I go, all right, I'll go buy a bottle. So I want to go buy some, I think I bought Hypnotic and drink it. And I don't know. My ass got turned the fuck out. And it was it. You know? It is what it is.
Fuck out.
That's what it was. It was a great experience. It really was. So I'm with a guy. It was my husband. So yeah, that's about it. With that, let's wrap this motherfucker up.
All right. Well, with that being the final question, definitely an interesting one for sure. We're gonna wrap this up. This is our post Valentine's Day edition of Blocc Talk with Chris and Smoke. Smoke, that's Chris, and got Arianna and Andrea here with us, chilling with us today. Thank you guys for coming through and chilling. Hopefully we'll do this again.
It was so fun.
Thank you.
Nah, for sure. But
But until next time,
we're out.
we out.